Welcome back. So we got two major Eza'S to talk about. They're going to be coming out soon. So let's go talk about Super Saiyan 2 Goku. He is finally getting his Eza, so let's talk about it. So his later skill is Battle of Fate, Accelerated Battle, 3 key, 130% to HP, 70% to attack, Meteor Blast, 30% to attack, advanced damage, medium chance of stun. 2 key 180, 50% when he attacks, performs an additional super, or once he supers. Launches an additional attack that has a medium chance to become a super, high chance to perform crits. Transforms when HP is 77% or less, starting from the third turn from battle. Then we go to his transformed state. Super Kamehameha greatly raises attack and raises defense for 1 turn, medium chance to stun. 3 key 200% plus an additional 50% when supering. Launches 2 additionals with a medium chance of each of them becoming a super. 50% attack when attacking. And great chance to perform critical hit for 6 turns from the character's entry turn. High chance to crit from the 7th turn of character's entry turn. This is his base kit. So let's talk about his Eza kit. Obviously, his leader skill goes to 170 to Battle Wits, or Battle Fate and Accelerate Battle. And these are pretty good teams. Battle Fate, look who's on it. That's right, Beast's on it. And guess who else is on it? The LR Super Saiyan 4s, who are going to get Eza'S within the next month and a half or so. Yeah. And whatever anniversary LRs we get, too. And then his other leader skill is Accelerated Battle. Which, guess who's on it? Gloria, the best TUR in the game. So yeah. So then his super attack effect, Meteor Blast Extreme, becomes greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, causes immense damage, and a high chance to stun. So basically, goes from a 30% raise for 1 turn to 50, and from a 30% chance to stun to a 50% chance to stun. Not bad. Then his passive becomes 2 key 200%, plus an additional 200% when performing a super attack, so he gets 20 there, and he gets 150 increase on that part, which is not bad. Launches an additional super that has a high chance to become a super attack. So basically that goes from 30 to 50. Great chance to perform crits. So that goes from 50 to 70% there. This is the new part that got added onto his kit right here. Plus an additional 2 key 200% defense and guards all attacks when HP is 77% or more. So that makes him more able to tank during the earlier portions of fights. So he's solid-ish, at least for his base form. I say he's definitely probably better than his Int Super Saiyan 2 Angel version. Granted that has dodge, but at least this guy has guard, so he should be able to tank better. And then obviously the transformation condition stays the same, obviously. Now we go to his Super Saiyan 3 transformation. And then let's talk about his super attack effect, which is Super Kamehameha. So instead of greatly, he massively raises attack and greatly raises defense for 1 turn, immense damage, and great chance of stunning the enemy. So basically, the medium chance becomes great, so that's a, 40% increase there. Then his defense goes from 30 to 50, but then his attack goes from 50 to 100. So he's going to be hitting... I'm just going to say he has a chance to do 4 supers in his due to his passive. He's able to super 4 times up to that. If you get all of it, he's going to hit like in his 30, 40, 50 million range, somewhere there. So he's going to be hitting quite hard. So then, he gets 3 ki 300% instead of 200, so that increases by 100. Plus an additional attack and defense 200% when performing super, so that goes up to 150 right there. So those stat buffs going to make him hit and tank way better. Launches 2 attacks, which has a high chance of becoming super. So those 2 attacks have a high chance of becoming supers. So that's an increase from medium, which is 30, to high, which is 50. So that's an increase of 20% right there. That's good, that's good, that's good. Guards all... Okay, here's the new thing they added. Guards all attack for 1 turn from the country's entry turn. So he has guard. Plus an additional 3 ki 100% attack and 200% defense. And great chance of performing a critical hit for 6 turns from character's entry turn. So basically... he gains 3 ki here. He gains a 50% more attack, and he gains 200% defense for the first. And of course, the crit. Great chance. That's still the same there. Basically, he gains a lot more buffs on this part of his passive right there. So he gains a lot more defense, more attack, and ki. And then let's see. Plus an additional 50%. When attacking, high chance of performing a critical hit from the 7th turn from the character's entry turn. So he gains more attack and performs a critical hit. Basically, this high chance, so that's not really changing there. Then here's the new part of this passive right here for Super Saiyan 3. Chance of evading enemies' attack, including super attacks, 5% up to 25%, and reducing damage received by 5% up to 25% with each super attack performed. That part could hurt him in the future because he has to get super attacks to get that benefits. It isn't that he has to attack, he has to specifically get super attacks to build that part of his passive, which could hurt him in the future. At the moment, it's not. Granted, we don't know what the 10th anniversary content is, so it could hurt him. Who knows? But he has a lot of additionals in his passive, so he could build that up. So technically, he needs 5 super attacks to get that part fully built. And then here's the other part. Chance of evading enemies' attack, including super attack, up to 5%, up to 25%, and reduces damage received up to 5%, up to 25% with each turn passed. Basically, you need to pass 5 turns, and he gets an additional 25% chance to dodge and 25% damage reduction. So technically, if you get all that filled up and all that, he gains 50% chance to dodge and 50% damage reduction with all that high defense. So he's going to be, at bare minimum, tanking normals. I guarantee he will be tanking normals from bosses for a minute. And then that should be that for Goku. So overall, I think they actually gave him what he needed. Gave him a lot more defensive mechanics to him. He's always been a very hard hitter. So let's go to the next character. That's Eza'S, and it's its counterpart. And that is STR, wrong one. STR, Kid Buu. This guy on release, he was pretty good. But he fell off way more compared to his counterparts. So basically, his leader skill is Majin Buu Saga, Battle of Fate, 3 ki 170 to attack and 132 defense, 30% immediate chance of stun, 3 ki 180 plus an additional 30 plus an additional 30 to attack and defense with each attack performed up to 120. Launches an additional attack that has immediate chance to become super, recovers 20% HP at the end of the turn, which an attack is received. Great chance of nulling unarmed super attacks directed at this character. And then his active skill, War Cry. If there's a Majin Buu category enemy or after this character receives an attack 6 or more times at once in battle, which gives him a permanent 20% attack and defense buff for the rest of the battle. Pretty good, right? So anyway, let's go over his EZA. So basically 170% to Battle Fade Majin Buu Saga, not bad. His SA goes from 30% to 50% because he greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, immense damage with a high chance of stunning. So basically, instead of medium, it's high, so that gets bumped up to 50. So increase of 20% for both his attack and defense raise, and 20% increase to his chance of stunning. So then let's go to his passive. 3 key 250% start, so that's what? An increase of 270% right there. Plus an additional attack and defense, plus 40 with each attack performed up to 160. So basically, he needs what? 4, 8, 12, 16, 4 attacks to be fully built up, and that it goes up by 40%. So he's going to be able to tank way better there. Launches an additional attack that has a high chance of becoming a super, so that increases by 20%. Now here's something: he has high chance of performing a crit. He never had that in his base kit at all, so he has crit in his kit. Plus an additional 20% damage reduction. Reduces damage received by 20%, so he reduces damage. That wasn't in his kit at all, just 20%. And here's another new part of this passive: plus an additional attacking defense plus 40 up to 120%, and an additional damage reduction of 10% up to 30 per Majin Power or Majin Buu category ally on the team, depending on which category has more members. So technically, you automatically get 40% of that and 10% of that from the start because it includes himself. So you only need 2 more characters per se. Either, let's say, if you have LR Buuhan, aka LR Bootanks and Tech Buuhan, that fills it. But he gets up to 50% damage reduction if you fulfill that, so it makes him way more of a tank. And then here's another new thing: plus an additional 100% defense and additional damage reduction of 20% before the character receives an attack 6 times in battle. So basically, he gets up to 70% damage reduction for the first 6 times before the character receives an attack 6 times in battle. So basically, that effect lasts 6 times in battle. Once it goes out, he loses that. But his defense, if he has all that built up, nothing's going to probably kill him in this game at the moment with the current content. Plus an additional 20% at the end of turn when an attack received. Sure, that's good. HP heal right there. Now here's the interesting part: nullifies unarmed super attacks directed at this character for 3 turns from the character's entry turn. Basically meaning, if anyone's supering him that's an unarmed super attack, he nullifies it 100% for the first 3 turns. That is quite busted. Then, after the 3rd turn, it goes to a great chance of nullifying from the 4th turn of the character's entry turn, which is fine to me. And then his act skill. It's like, if you get everything active on this guy, he probably is the best TOR EZA. He's fully built and all that. He's probably better than Tech Beers, if not at least on his level. This is the first EZA that's on Super EZA Tech Beers' level. 100%. 100% on his level. I do like these EZAs. Kid was definitely the better one, but I'm not going to count Goku out because it's Goku. He's going to have better partners he could link up with. But yeah, those are the 2 EZAs. Super Saiyan 2 Goku / Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Esther Kid Buu. Great picks, I'll say. Nice picks for EZAs. So yeah, next video will be discussing what could be the 10th anniversary theme, which is maybe Kamehameha? We will discuss that in the next video. See ya.